Hi, welcome along to Barbecue Life UK, where great barbecue doesn't have to cost a fortune. Today we are talking 3 compound butters that I've always got either in my fridge or in my freezer, and they just help you lift your barbecue game. As I say, today we're doing 3 butters. So I've got a garlic and herby butter, I've got a barbecue butter and a hot butter. So these can live in your fridge for about a week before they start to turn because of the fresh ingredients in there. Or what I like to do is I wrap them up and I get them in the freezer, and then they will sit in there for a few months, and you just chop off the amount that you want, leave it out on the side to defrost a little bit, and then you've got it to use in your cooking. So the first butter I want to talk about today is a garlic and herb butter. Now these are so simple to make. So we start off with 50 grams of unsalted butter that is at room temperature, because you need it soft so that you can work it. So we're going to go in with a small clove of garlic. So we've just got that minced down really small, and we'll put that into a bowl. Then we're going in with a handful of fresh parsley that again has been minced down really small, so that you haven't got big lumps of flavour within this butter. So you just take a fork, mash it through, keep it stirring, and incorporate it all the way through the butter so that you've got a nice even amount of the ingredients all the way through it. Then we're going to go in with some salt and pepper, so just a couple of twists of salt and a couple of twists of pepper in there. Give it another mix, and it's as simple as that. So for storage with these, you can use cling film or you can use greaseproof or parchment paper. So I like to use parchment paper because I feel that when I open it up out of the freezer, the cling film tends to get sort of stuck in the ends, and with the parchment paper it pulls out a lot better. So just spoon it out onto your parchment paper, and then I like to take the parchment paper and bring it up, kind of roll it together slightly, and this gives us a nice sausage shape inside that parchment paper. And then we fold the parchment paper in, roll it up, take the ends, twist them in opposite directions, and this keeps everything tight and it gives you a really nice sausage shape within that parchment paper. So what I was saying about with the cling film, if you look at the ends you can see that you've got little wrinkles in there, and sometimes if you use cling film, in them wrinkles the cling film will get stuck in there, and you'll end up with a little piece of cling film plastic in your butter once it's defrosted, which we don't want, which is why I find it's better to use parchment paper. So the next butter we're going to talk about is our chili and lime butter. So this one again is nice and simple. So we've got 50 grams of butter again. We're going in with the juice and the zest of half of a lime. Now you might think by adding a liquid into this butter that everything's really going to thin down and that you're going to have an issue, but you can see as we incorporate it later on in the video that it does all come together quite well. So next in we're going in with a small red chilli. So I've taken the seeds out of this because I don't want to have too much of a kick, but if you want more of a kick then leave the seeds in, and if you want even more of a kick than that you can also add some cayenne pepper, chili sauce, something like that, just to give it an extra whack. Again we just incorporate that through with a fork so that it's nice and even throughout that bowl. So you've got a nice even spread throughout that butter, and then we store it in exactly the same way. Onto the parchment paper, roll it down into that sausage shape, fold it all in on itself and roll it up and twist the ends. And as I say, that will sit in the fridge for about a week, or it can then go into the freezer. So the last butter I'm going to do today is an absolutely fantastic butter. So we start off with 50 grams of butter again, and we're going in with a teaspoon of honey. So this is going to give us a sweetness in our barbecue butter. Next we're going in with a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of onion granules, a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic granules, and then salt and pepper to taste. So I like a little bit more pepper than some people do in my barbecue rub, so I give that a fair bit of pepper, and then a couple of little twists of salt. Incorporate it through again, and again you've got that liquid in the bottom, so it does take a bit of time to incorporate into the butter, but I can assure you that it adds such a wonderful flavour by adding that honey in there instead of the sugar, and it's a much different depth of flavour in that butter. So we store it in the same way onto that parchment paper, roll it up, twist the ends, and as I've said before, that will sit in your fridge for about a week or in your freezer for a couple of months. So keep your eyes out for videos in the future where I'm going to be using these butters in a few cooks. Tuesday's video, I'm cooking a tomahawk steak, and we're going to use that garlic and herb butter on there when we finish, just to give it an extra layer of flavour. So if you like what we're doing here at Barbecue Life UK, then please do subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video, leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Thank you very much for watching.